Throughout history, wars have often been won not just by the size of armies or the power of their weapons, but by the ingenuity, skill, and daring of elite warriors trained to operate behind enemy lines. These elite groups, known as special forces, have played pivotal roles in shaping the outcomes of conflicts, undertaking missions that conventional troops could never attempt. From the rugged coastlines of Europe to the dense jungles of Southeast Asia, special forces have become legends of bravery and ingenuity. In today's video, we're delving deep into the fascinating evolution of special forces, starting with the British Commandos in the Office of Strategic Services, or OSS, to uncover how they revolutionized modern warfare. Let's begin by setting the stage. The term special forces might conjure images of modern-day operatives equipped with the latest technology, but the concept of specialized warriors is as old as warfare itself. Ancient examples include the Spartan Cryptia, a secretive group of young warriors tasked with intelligence gathering and assassination, and the ninjas of feudal Japan, experts in stealth and guerrilla tactics. However, the development of formalized special forces units, as we know them today, largely stems from the conflicts of the 20th century, particularly World War II. World War II was a global conflict on an unprecedented scale. Traditional battlefield tactics often proved insufficient against an enemy that employed sophisticated defenses and unconventional strategies. This was especially true for the Allies, who faced heavily fortified positions, complex supply networks, and the daunting task of undermining Axis powers from within their occupied territories. Recognizing the need for specialized units capable of sabotage, reconnaissance, and guerrilla warfare, military leaders began to experiment with the idea of elite teams operating independently from regular troops. Enter the British Commandos. Formed in 1940 at the behest of Winston Churchill, the Commandos were Britain's response to the German Blitzkrieg's overwhelming effectiveness. Churchill famously called for butcher and bolt raids, operations designed to strike quickly, inflict maximum damage, and retreat before the enemy could respond. The Commandos were tasked with these missions, operating under a simple but effective principle. Small, highly trained units could achieve what larger armies could not. Training for the Commandos was rigorous and grueling. Recruits underwent intensive physical conditioning, weapons training, and hand-to-hand combat practice. They were also trained in amphibious operations, as many of their missions involved landing on hostile shores. A notable training ground was the rugged Scottish Highlands, where recruits were pushed to their limits in harsh conditions. This training instilled not just physical endurance, but also mental toughness, a quality essential for operating in enemy territory. The Commandos' first significant operation, the raid on the Norwegian island of Vagsø in December 1941, was a bold and daring mission. Targeting German military installations, the operation demonstrated the potential of these elite units to strike fear into the enemy and disrupt their operations. Over the course of the war, the Commandos conducted numerous raids across Europe, including the famous Saint-Nazaire raid in 1942, which targeted the Normandy dry dock in German-occupied France. This operation, often called the greatest raid of all, exemplified the Commandos' bravery and effectiveness, dealing a significant blow to the German Navy. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, the United States was developing its own version of special forces. The Office of Strategic Services, OSS, the precursor to the modern CIA, was established in 1942 under the leadership of William Wild Bill Donovan. The OSS was tasked with gathering intelligence, conducting sabotage operations, and supporting resistance movements in Axis-occupied territories. Like the British Commandos, the OSS recognized the value of unconventional warfare, blending espionage with direct action to undermine the enemy's capabilities. The OSS recruited individuals from diverse backgrounds, including academics, athletes, linguists, and even Hollywood actors. This eclectic mix of operatives brought a unique set of skills to the table, allowing the OSS to operate in a wide range of environments. Training for OSS agents was equally intense, involving lessons in cryptography, demolitions, parachuting, and hand-to-hand combat. They were also trained in psychological warfare, using propaganda to demoralize enemy forces and win the hearts and minds of occupied populations. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new daily videos. One of the OSS's most famous missions was Operation Jedburgh. This operation involved teams of 3 agents, typically an American, a Brit, and a French resistance fighter, parachuting into Nazi-occupied France to coordinate with local resistance groups. These agents provided invaluable support to the French resistance, supplying them with weapons, training, and intelligence that proved crucial during the D-Day landings in 1944. The bravery and resourcefulness of the Jedburgh teams demonstrated the immense impact that small, specialized units could have on the broader war effort. Another notable OSS achievement was its role in disrupting Japanese operations in the Pacific. The OSS's Detachment 101 operated in Burma, working closely with indigenous Kachin tribes to conduct guerrilla warfare against Japanese forces. By leveraging local knowledge and unconventional tactics, Detachment 101 inflicted heavy casualties on the Japanese and gathered critical intelligence, showcasing the OSS's adaptability and ingenuity. The successes of the British Commandos in the OSS had a lasting impact on military doctrine, influencing the development of Special Forces units in the post-war era. The British Army's Special Air Service, SAM, for example, traces its roots to the Commandos and continues to be one of the world's premier Special Forces units. Similarly, the OSS's legacy lives on in the CIA and U.S. Army Special Forces, commonly known as the Green Berets. The evolution of Special Forces didn't stop with World War II. In the decades that followed, these units adapted to new challenges and technological advancements, becoming key players in counterterrorism, counterinsurgency, and peacekeeping operations. The British SAS gained global recognition during the 1980 Iranian embassy siege in London, where their swift and decisive actions saved hostages and neutralized the threat. This operation showcased the precision and professionalism of modern special forces, setting a standard for future counterterrorism missions. In the United States, the Vietnam War highlighted the importance of special forces in unconventional conflicts. The Green Berets, inspired by the OSS's example, played a critical role in training South Vietnamese troops and conducting covert operations against the Viet Cong. Their motto, De Oppresso Liber, to free the oppressed, encapsulates their mission to empower local forces and fight for freedom in hostile environments. Special forces have also been instrumental in the global war on terror, conducting high-stakes operations in Afghanistan, Iraq, and beyond. Units like the U.S. Navy SEALs, Delta Force, and the British Special Boat Service, SBS, have carried out some of the most daring missions in modern history, from the capture of Saddam Hussein to the raid that eliminated Osama bin Laden. These operations highlight the continued relevance of special forces in an era of asymmetric warfare, where non-state actors and unconventional threats pose significant challenges to global security. But what makes special forces so effective? Beyond their rigorous training and cutting-edge equipment, these units thrive on adaptability, teamwork, and the ability to think creatively under pressure. They are often tasked with mission-impossible scenarios, requiring a unique blend of courage, resourcefulness, and determination. Their success lies not just in their physical prowess, but in their mental resilience and ability to operate independently in the most challenging conditions. As we reflect on the evolution of special forces, it's important to recognize the human element behind their success. These are individuals who have chosen to dedicate themselves to missions that are often shrouded in secrecy, risking their lives to protect others and uphold values like freedom and justice. Their stories are a testament to the enduring spirit of innovation and bravery that defines the best of humanity. From the daring raids of the British Commandos to the covert operations of the OSS, special forces have left an indelible mark on history. They have redefined the boundaries of what is possible in warfare, proving that small teams of dedicated individuals can achieve extraordinary things. As we continue to face new challenges in the 21st century, the legacy of these trailblazers serves as a reminder of the power of courage and ingenuity in the face of adversity. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history and impact of special forces, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories from history and beyond. And as always, stay curious.